Archangel Michael says, "Have you been feeling it? That strange heaviness in the air? The sudden tension in your chest when you think of someone close to you? The way the house falls too quiet when certain names are spoken? Or how your sleep breaks at the same hour every night without reason? I need you to listen to me now, because this is not ordinary. This is not your imagination. Someone you love is being watched, not just by people with jealous hearts, not just by those who pretend to care but secretly plot, but by something darker, something unseen, something waiting for a moment of weakness to step closer. You've sensed it. That's why you're here reading this. Because heaven pulled you here. Because heaven knew you would understand the weight of this warning. I am Archangel Michael, and I do not speak lightly. This message has traveled through realms to reach you. Do not skip. Do not dismiss. Because delay can be dangerous now. I have been standing guard over your home, over your children, over the ones you love who do not even realize the danger pressing against them. Someone you love is being targeted, watched, marked. But heaven does not leave its beloved unprotected. That is why I was sent. That is why this message found you. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? That is not fear. That is awakening. You are being called to stand. You are being called to listen. You are being called to act. Because this is the hour where watching is not enough. This is the hour where protection begins. Type 444 if you hear this warning. Archangel Michael says, "Listen to me, beloved. Listen, and do not turn away. What I am about to reveal is not meant to scare you, but to prepare you. This is not simply about you anymore. This is about someone you love, someone whose heart you've prayed over, someone whose future you've whispered protection over in the silence of your room. I have come to show you what your eyes cannot see, but what your spirit has already begun to sense. You wonder why the atmosphere has felt heavy lately. You wonder why their moods have shifted, why small arguments erupt over nothing, why peace feels harder to hold on to. You think it's just life. You think it's just stress, or circumstance, or coincidence. It's not. Someone you love is being watched. There are watchers that walk without bodies, that peer without eyes. Spirits that study patterns, observe weaknesses, and hover around doors they are waiting to be invited through. These watchers are ancient, strategic, and patient. They are not random. They choose their targets based on opportunity and vulnerability. Right now, they have set their gaze upon someone close to you. This is not paranoia. This is discernment. This is your spirit alerting you to what your natural mind tries to dismiss. How many times have you brushed off the chills that run down your arms when you hear their name? How often have you felt the air shift when thinking of them? That is not superstition. That is warfare pressing against the walls of your reality. The watchers are not merely looking. They are circling. They are probing, testing boundaries, waiting for the weak point. And beloved, sometimes the weak point is simply exhaustion, a weary heart, a distracted mind, a moment where faith is silent and vigilance is asleep. That is why I was sent to speak now. To wake you up before something crosses a threshold it should never touch. I stand with my sword drawn, positioned over your household. I see what you cannot. I hear the whispers exchanged in realms you do not visit. Conversations where your name, or their name, is spoken by voices that do not wish you well. The watchers delight in hidden places, behind closed doors, behind false friendships, behind the masks people wear when they speak with honey but think with venom. They plant seeds in silence and wait for them to grow in shadows. But I tell you now, not on my watch. You must understand how they operate. They look for cracks. A crack in faith, a crack in trust, a crack in communication. They exploit moments of anger, fear, jealousy, and temptation. And right now, someone you love is being surrounded by influences unseen but deeply felt. Influences whispering doubt, stirring confusion, breeding unnecessary conflict, making them question what is true, what is right, What is holy? Have you noticed their distance? Their unusual forgetfulness? Their sudden change of tone or behavior or routine? These are not always signs of the flesh. Sometimes they are the footprints of spiritual watchers moving unseen. I am not here to accuse. I am here to expose. Because exposure is the first step toward protection. You need to know that heaven has already taken action. This is not happening without intervention. That is why I am speaking. That is why you were drawn to this message. The watchers have been noticed, their patterns recorded, their intentions known, but your awareness is key. You see, faith protects, but awareness strengthens faith. Prayer guards, but discernment directs prayer. You cannot protect what you refuse to see. You cannot cover what you deny is under attack. This person you love, they need your spiritual vigilance now more than ever. They need your covering. They need your declarations spoken aloud, not merely thought in silence. They need your prayers to carve a boundary the enemy cannot cross. Do not underestimate the power of your words. Speak protection over their name, over their room, over their decisions, over their dreams. Declare that no watcher shall linger without consequence. Declare that no shadow shall hover without meeting my sword. You must understand. I have been dispatched because heaven honors your heart. Your cries have been heard. Your tears have been seen. And now, your awareness must match your authority. Do not allow fear to silence you. Do not allow doubt to distract you. Do not allow weariness to weaken you. Because watchers are relentless until they are commanded to flee. And I, Michael, do not stand idly by when commanded by heaven's authority. But I work best alongside the faith of those who believe. Do not think this is only about your loved one. The enemy watches the watchers. If they succeed, the impact ripples outward, into homes, into futures, into generations. That is why this moment matters. That is why this warning carries weight. Pay attention to the signs: restless sleep, recurring numbers, 444, 777, signaling spiritual activity, unexplained tension, forgotten conversations suddenly resurfacing, dreams that leave lingering emotions upon waking. These are not random. These are messages. These are alarms sounding quietly but clearly. You have been chosen to intervene, not with fear, not with panic, but with clarity, with boldness, with the authority granted to those who walk in light. I stand with you. My sword is not lowered. My guard is not weakened. But you must choose to rise in awareness, to speak what must be spoken, to cover who must be covered, to seal your house, your family, your loved one in prayer that leaves no opening, no gap, no invitation unanswered. Remember this: watchers retreat where faith stands firm. Darkness flees where light refuses to dim. No plan formed against your household shall prosper, but only if vigilance remains awake. You are not alone in this. I am with you. I have been assigned to you, and I will not fail. But neither must you. Speak their name tonight. Cover them in light, and trust that heaven is already moving in ways you cannot yet see. Type 777 if you receive this protection. Archangel Michael says, "Listen to me closely, beloved. This is not a time for fear, but it is a time for truth. What I am about to reveal is something the enemy has hoped you would never notice. Someone within your family, someone under your roof, someone you love and cherish is being watched. Watched not by heaven's light alone, but also by forces that do not carry good intentions. Yes, even now as you read this, spiritual eyes are fixed upon the one you have been praying over the longest. You've sensed it. That strange tension rising between people who once shared easy conversations. That distance forming where closeness once lived. The sudden heaviness over your household, like a cloud no wind can move. These are not coincidences. These are signs of spiritual surveillance. I see it clearly because it is my duty to see what others cannot. Someone has marked your bloodline. Someone, or something, is watching for the weakest link. They are not interested in the strongest among you. No, they target the weary, the distracted, the wounded, the ones who have cried themselves to sleep, who wonder if they are even seen anymore. The enemy always seeks entrance through vulnerability. You wonder why certain conversations have turned cold, why misunderstandings have multiplied, why peace feels harder to find inside your home. Because there is an unseen pressure stirring confusion, feeding offense, magnifying small things until they feel too big to resolve. This is the work of watchers who operate in shadows, not light. But you have not been left defenseless. I am Michael. I have been stationed over your house by the authority of heaven, and I am not here to frighten you. I am here to awaken you. Spiritual surveillance is real. The enemy studies your family. They look for habits, for secrets, for patterns they can exploit. They know who is tired. They know who feels forgotten. They know who is wrestling silently with temptations, doubts, and regrets. These spirits do not attack with swords. They infiltrate through suggestion, through influence, through whispered thoughts placed so gently that the person believes it is their own mind speaking. A family under surveillance becomes a family under attack if no one rises to protect them. You are that one. That is why I am speaking through this message. It is not enough to pray casually anymore. It is not enough to hope things get better. You must cover your household like a watchman over a city wall. Your words must become barriers. Your faith must become fire. Your discernment must become sharp. Watch who enters your home, physically and spiritually. Not every friend is sent by God. Not every smile is sincere. There are those who come not to bless but to observe, to gather information, to report in places unseen. Spirits use people as vessels. Sometimes even those closest to you can be unknowingly used as access points. That is why you must be vigilant now. Cover the names of your family in prayer daily. Speak aloud that no surveillance spirit shall linger without consequence. Declare that your household is sealed in light, untouchable by darkness. Anoint the doorposts if you must. Place declarations of faith in the rooms where your loved ones sleep. Let no corner of your home be left unguarded, because watchers fear light, and light grows where vigilance tends it. You may ask, Michael, why now? Why this urgency? Because things are escalating. Because decisions are being made in the spirit that will affect your family's future. Because there are whispers being exchanged, names being spoken, futures being debated in rooms you cannot enter. But I can. And I have. And what I have heard is this. The enemy fears what your family is destined to become if you remain united, protected, and aligned with heaven's will. Your prayers are more powerful than you realize. They disrupt meetings held in darkness. They shatter agreements made without your knowledge. They dismantle attacks before they manifest. Do not underestimate your role. You are the intercessor. You are the protector. You are the one who stands between your loved ones and the forces that seek to dismantle what God is building. Has it not been strange? How old arguments have resurfaced? How past wounds are being reopened? How peace feels more fragile lately? These are tactics to weaken the shield around your home, to lower defenses, to create cracks watchers can slip through unnoticed. But now you know. Now you can act. Now you can command protection with authority. I stand with you. My sword is not lowered. My vigilance does not sleep. But I work in agreement with those who believe, who declare, who stand firm. Speak these words tonight. No watcher shall observe this house without facing Michael's sword. No surveillance shall remain unseen. No plot shall prosper. My family is sealed. My home is covered. My bloodline is protected. What belongs to God cannot be stolen. Type 444. If you agree. There is still time. But time grows short. Do not wait until the watchers have settled. Cast them out now. Do not ignore the small signs. Strange dreams. Sudden illnesses. Forgotten promises resurfacing. People from the past reappearing with hidden motives. These are symptoms of surveillance at work. Cover every loved one by name. Cover their minds, their hearts, their decisions. Speak light over their paths, clarity over their steps, and truth over their relationships. Declare no weapon formed shall prosper, not even the silent weapons of unseen watchers. You have the authority. You have the right. Heaven backs you. I stand with you. Your family's future depends on this moment. Do not look away. Do not delay. This is your call to action, to protect what heaven entrusted to your care. Because love is not just words spoken in peace. Love is war fought in silence for those who do not yet see the danger pressing against them. I fight with you. I fight for you. And together, we will see this surveillance scattered. Type 777 to seal this protection over your family. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, open your ears to me now. This is not the time to doubt yourself. You have seen the signs. You have felt the warnings, but you brush them off as imagination, as coincidence, as something too small to matter. I am here to tell you, nothing you have felt has been random. Nothing you have noticed has been accidental. There are no coincidences in a life that heaven has marked for protection. Every shiver, every moment where silence grew too heavy, every night you woke up at the same strange hour with no explanation. These were signs. These were alarms. These were whispers from realms you cannot see, trying desperately to reach your heart before it was too late. You asked heaven for guidance. You cried out, "Send me a sign if something is wrong." And heaven answered. But you doubted. You thought, "It's just my mind. It's just fear. It's just nothing." No, child. It was me. It was the divine. It was protection trying to wake you up. Have you not noticed these things? Lights flickering without cause, objects falling when no one was near. The sudden cold chill in a room that moments before was warm. The heavy feeling in your chest when you think about a certain person, a certain place, a certain choice. Have you not wondered why certain people's names keep resurfacing? Why the same numbers appear again and again? 444, 777, 111. Not by accident, but as signals. Why your dreams have carried strange, vivid messages you cannot shake upon waking. These are signs. These are spiritual markers left to guide you, and still too often you ignore them. I speak this not to shame you, but to wake you. The time for brushing things off has ended. The time for dismissing your instincts is over. Because every sign you missed was heaven's hand trying to show you what now stands in plain sight. The watchers I warned you of, they thrive in your dismissal. They move freely where people refuse to see. They hide behind your skepticism. They advance through your disbelief. But heaven has been relentless. And I, Michael, have been assigned not just to fight for you, but to make sure you cannot say, "I didn't know," because now you do. Now you must. Let me remind you of the signs again so you do not miss them twice. 1. The repeated numbers. 444. Angels are near. 777. Completion and divine intervention are at work. 111. Alignment with heaven's timing is unfolding. These numbers are more than coincidence. They are heaven's way of catching your attention when you refuse to listen through other means. 2. The dreams you thought were nonsense, the shadows that chased you, the doors that wouldn't open, the voices you heard but couldn't see. These dreams were not foolishness. They were warnings wrapped in symbols. They were revelations you were meant to decode, not dismiss. 3. The physical sensations, sudden chills, goosebumps without cause, tightness in your chest at strange moments. These are spiritual alerts. Your body is more sensitive than your mind wants to admit. Your spirit feels before your eyes can see. 4. The shifts in atmosphere, rooms growing silent when you enter, conversations stopping, people who once laughed freely now looking away too quickly. This is not your imagination. This is spiritual tension manifesting in the natural world. Because something unseen is watching, moving, testing boundaries. 5. The unexplained delays and disruptions. Calls that won't go through. Messages that disappear. Plans that unravel without logical reason. These are not annoyances. These are interruptions sent to prevent you from walking into harm. Heaven has been trying to protect you through all these signs. But protection requires cooperation. You must open your eyes now. You must trust what you feel, even if you cannot explain it. You must stop asking for another sign when you have been given so many already. Do you not remember the whispers in the night? The faint calling of your name when no one was near? The sudden, unexplainable weight of sadness or anxiety at random moments? These are not moods. These are moments where your spirit brushes against unseen realities. These are the watchers pressing closer. These are heaven's alarms sounding in the deep places of your soul. You thought you had time. You thought you could wait. But the window is narrowing. Each missed sign strengthens the watcher's boldness. Each delay in your obedience widens the crack they seek to enter through. But still, there is hope. Still, I am here. Still, I have not left my post over your home. Still, heaven extends this one more moment of clarity, of awakening, of action. Speak aloud what you now understand. I will not miss the signs again. I will not dismiss what my spirit knows. I will guard my house. I will protect my family. I will heed heaven's warnings. Type 111 if you receive this understanding. Beloved, understand this. Signs are not sent to scare you. They are sent to prepare you. They are sent to position you for victory before battles even unfold. They are sent to align your faith with the movements of heaven, so that nothing sent against you can succeed. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. You are not overreacting. You are awakening. You are seeing. You are stepping into the role heaven has marked for you. Protector, intercessor, watchman over your home. Do not miss another sign. Do not close your eyes to what your spirit already knows. The watchers fear the ones who see. The darkness trembles before the ones who refuse to sleep through the signs. I stand with you now, my sword drawn, my shield lifted. But your vigilance is the key that keeps your gate sealed. Look again. Listen again. Notice what you once overlooked, and guard well what has been entrusted to your care. Type 444 if you declare you will stay awake. Archangel Michael says, "Listen now, beloved. The hour is late, and there is no more time to hesitate. The watchers I warned you about are persistent. They circle your home. They press against the doors of your loved ones' hearts. They wait for exhaustion to open a crack, for distraction to make a way, for complacency to leave an entrance unguarded. But I am here to tell you, they cannot enter where vigilance lives. They cannot break through where faith stands like a wall of fire. They cannot succeed where one heart rises in holy defiance and says, 'Not my house, not my family, not on my watch.' You have been chosen as the protector. You were not chosen because you are the loudest. You were not chosen because you are the strongest. You were chosen because you are the one who listens. You are the one who feels the stirring of heaven. You are the one who is willing to stand even when others sleep. Your house, your family, your bloodline, they are not without hope. But protection is not passive. Protection is not accidental. Protection is intentional. Protection is spiritual warfare wrapped in love. And today, I will show you how to protect what you love so the enemy will not have a foothold in your home. 1. Start with your words. Your words are not empty sounds. They are swords in the spirit realm. Speak protection aloud over your family. Declare daily, "No watcher shall linger near this house. No weapon formed shall prosper. No evil shall enter where love and light dwell." Speak their names. Speak over their minds, their hearts, their futures. Do not whisper your hope. Declare your authority. Heaven responds to declarations backed by faith. 2. Anoint your home. Walk through your home, Every room, every doorway, every corner. Place your hand on the walls. Speak light into the shadows. Command darkness to leave. Anoint the entrances with oil if you must. It is not superstition. It is obedience. It is ancient. It is powerful. Say it boldly. This house belongs to the Lord. This family is covered by Michael's sword. No watcher may cross this threshold. No spirit of harm may linger. No evil plan shall succeed. What you cover physically reflects what you establish spiritually. 3. Guard their minds. The enemy often attacks through thoughts long before actions. Pray for the minds of those you love. Pray over their decisions, their friendships, their influences. Declare clarity, wisdom, discernment over their thoughts. Break every whisper of fear, every suggestion of despair, every invitation to temptation before it can take root. Pray this aloud. My family will hear the truth and reject the lie. My family will recognize light and flee from darkness. My family will walk in wisdom, not confusion. 4. Stay vigilant over relationships. Not every friend is sent by heaven. Not every opportunity is a blessing. Watch who your loved ones associate with. Discern the spirit behind the smile. Ask God to reveal hidden motives, concealed agendas, false alliances. Do not fear the answer. Fear the consequences of ignoring it. Say this aloud. Reveal, Lord, what must be revealed. Remove what must be removed. Expose every counterfeit connection. 5. Saturate your house with light. Fill your home with music that honors heaven. Fill it with words that uplift, not destroy. Fill it with kindness, forgiveness, peace. Darkness flees where light dwells richly. Create an atmosphere where watchers cannot breathe, where they suffocate under the weight of holiness. Speak this over your home. My house is a sanctuary of peace. My walls echo with praise. My roof is covered by angels' wings. No darkness finds rest here. 6. Pay attention to signs and dreams. Do not dismiss the signs I've taught you to see. Do not ignore the dreams heaven sends. Write them down. Pray over them. Ask for interpretation. Often, what begins as a whisper in the night becomes a battle cry in the daylight. Declare this: I will not be blind to what heaven reveals. I will not be deaf to what the Spirit speaks. I will walk in awareness. 7. Stand in authority. Do not plead with the darkness. Command it. Do not negotiate with fear. Rebuke it. Do not entertain what heaven has forbidden. Remove it. You are not weak. You are not powerless. You have been given the authority to bind, to loose, to protect, to declare. Stand firm. Stand tall. Stand secure. You are not alone. I stand with you. Heaven stands with you. The battle is already shifting in your favor. Declare this: My peace is my weapon. My faith is my shield. My joy is my defiance against darkness. Beloved, understand this truth. Your actions today are building walls of light for tomorrow. Your prayers today are forging chains that bind the watcher's hands. Your faith today is writing victory into your family's future. You were not given this responsibility without reason. You were chosen because you will not fail. You were chosen because you will not quit. You were chosen because you understand that love fights, protects, guards, covers,